Hi, I'm Jay Danik. Today I'm going to tell you about how to overseed your lawn. We're going to give some pretty specific instructions that can also be found online. First, cut back your water 25% 2 weeks prior to overseeding. You're going to want to stop all fertilizer applications 4 weeks prior to seeding. This will ensure that you don't get excessive growth. Raise up the height of your lawn 25 to 30%. You do this when you scalp the lawn, is not being mowed down to the dirt. Instead, you're scalping to a manageable height for the turf. It will not cause injury to the turf in the spring. 3, you're going to want to get a power rake or verticut to go over the lawn. What this does is it opens up the turf canopy. You don't want to set the machine to dig up the rhizomes from the soil. You just want to set it so it's on top of the surface to open up the leaves. After you power rake, mow up the clippings. The lawnmower works really well for picking up the grass. Next, set the power rake lower if you need to do it again, and do the same process in a different direction. This will open up the dense turf canopy and allow the seed to get into the grass plant. Take a look at the ground and make sure that the grass is open enough. It's not about how short it is, it's about how open the canopy is. If everything looks good, you can go ahead and proceed to step 5. Now, mow the clippings again. After the clippings have been cleaned up, set your mower to 3/4 of an inch or a 1/2 inch if you're able to with a real mower, and scalp the lawn. The only reason you're scalping is to keep the warm season grass from competing with the rise seed. You're not scalping to get to the dirt. You're just scalping to open the grass up and allow the grass to get the seed to get into the plant. 6, as soon as the lawn is cleaned up, apply your starter fertilizer. You're looking for a phosphorus application to help the seed. Some great fertilizers are Soil Burst 442. It's available from West Coast Turf, 62020, or 1152 to get your lawn started. These are all excellent sources of phosphorus and a great way to get your ryegrass started here in the fall. Your next step, number 7, I like to keep my rocks and edges clean, so oftentimes I'll use a drop spreader just along the edges when I'm putting the seed down, and sometimes you want to do 1 to 2 passes around. Apply the perennial ryegrass at 10 pounds per 1,000 square feet around the perimeter of the lawn first. Do 2 passes to ensure the rotary spreader will not throw seed into the rocks. Again, this is not necessary, but it'll keep the ryegrass from invading undesirable areas all winter long. Next, step 8. You can go ahead and get your rotary spreader out for the bigger areas. You're going to apply your ryegrass with the rotary spreader at 10 to 12 pounds per 1,000 square feet to the remainder of the lawn. If you want the best coverage, I suggest cutting the rate in half and doing 5 to 6 pounds of seed per 1,000 square feet in 2 directions. This is always the best approach, but again, this is not completely necessary. As you continue, you're going to have some seed on top of the grass surface, but the majority should be inside the plant if you prepped correctly. If you do have some sitting up on top, I suggest grabbing a broom and just lightly going over the turf canopy to allow the seed to get back into the ground. You don't need to do all the areas, again, just the areas where the seed is sitting on top and you think you're going to lose most of it to the birds. Step 10, follow the watering instructions that I have attached to the blog below. Some people will cover their seed with mulch, but you can save time and money and the smell in your yard because this isn't necessary. Mulch allows the seed to maintain moisture and keeps the heat in the plant, but if you're seeding in September, October, there's plenty of heat. If you guys have any further questions, please check out our website at www.westcoastturf.com. Thank you.